Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Ejad sir, the President CEO Club Pakistan. We are very honored to be at the Embassy of Poland, the Republic of Poland, and we are honored to get some precious moments from His Excellency Ambassador of Poland, Maciej Pisarski. Thank you very much for honoring us, sir.
Thank you very
with
much.
your time, sir. First of all, please enlighten us regarding the trade, especially the import, export of regarding to Pakistan. What kind of the opportunities do you see the trade? Because recently your delegation from Poland came to Pakistan. So what kind of the opportunities? What kind of the you see to Pakistan? Because trade is still imbalanced. Because more import from Pakistani side and less exports. The exports is higher than the import.
Yes.
How we can make this trade balanced? The opportunities we should focus on. Over to you, sir.
Well, thank you very much for being here with us in our home. And the developing of economic relations between Poland and Pakistan has been my priority as ambassador. Both countries, I strongly believe, can offer a lot one to another. Pakistan, of course, is a huge market. It's a developing market. Not always easy to discern and to understand. So my job as ambassador is to encourage Polish business people, businessmen and businesswomen, to open up for possibilities which exist here in this country, to approach trade with Pakistan with open mind and also with some ambition. We have done some baby steps. We are not finished yet. Well, you asked about the numbers. Polish-Pakistani trade is slowly inching towards 1 billion.
In 2023?
The exact number is $930 million dollars of the total trade. Within this number, there is 800 million of Pakistani export to Poland and 128 million.
How we can balance this? A lot of opportunities. What areas we can balance this trade?
Well, of course, I would like to see this relationship more in a kind of more balanced. Before I answer this question, I think it's also important to understand where this imbalance comes from, and this is due to the fact that Pakistan enjoys a preferential system of access to the European market, which is called GSP+. This is a unilateral EU concession or program, which is designed to help develop certain sectors of the Pakistani economy by allowing them to sell in Europe, but also to make the products and the production process meeting certain standards and procedures. Pakistan has opted to adhere to the implementation of 27 international treaties, and this is also a basis for this program. So I think that some sort of imbalance is embedded into the system, into the structure.
Okay.
But of course, it does not relieve us from thinking more courageously and creatively out of the box. How can we increase the presence of Polish businesses here in Pakistan?
So what areas you find, because regarding especially there are some big businesses, there are some small and medium enterprises. What kind of the small enterprises, because this is the backbone of the economy of any country? Well, SMEs.
So, okay. I think that there is a good potential
Yes.
when it comes to the construction. I mean, construction materials.
Developers.
Developers, yes. Poland can offer very good solutions for agriculture because we are one of the biggest food producer in the European Union, and we are a big exporter of food.
Poland is the food basket for the Europe.
We produce a lot, more than we can consume, of course. So we have developed specific technological solutions, also machinery, especially when it comes to storage.
Even Dutch also claim they are very good in agriculture.
Well, for instance, we are really a superpower, global superpower, where it comes to apples.
Apples?
Yes, Poland is one of the biggest world producer of apples, and then we know how to store them, how to process them. There are also opportunities in areas like cosmetics and beauty products.
Cosmetics?
Yes. Already Polish cosmetics are present on the Pakistani market. If you go to pharmacies or grocery stores which sell
a lot of huge demand.
Then there is this product labeled Eveline. Eveline is from Poland.
Eveline.
Another Polish company by the name of Inglot has dedicated stores in a few these big malls in Karachi, Lahore, and also Islamabad. So, I mean, some bridge heads have been taken, so we need to expand from there. But you mentioned the delegation, which came a few weeks ago, and it was a delegation of representatives of small and medium-sized enterprises, which have developed very interesting and affordable solutions related to all sorts of things, related to water treatment, waste treatment, air pollution, smart
climate
cities.
Change,
Basically, these elements that fit very well to combating climate change.
What is the outcome of this delegation? What were the achievements and highlights? Any few achievements?
That was first such a delegation, and it came under the banner of Green Evo, which is a Polish government sponsored program. I think I saw the discussions, I saw interactions. I know that some of the conversations are being continued also after the delegation kind of basically left the country. So I can be cautiously optimistic, but that some concrete projects will spring out of this project. But the most important objective of this delegation and the efforts that the embassy has undertaken to promote the Polish technological solutions for climate change for a long time is to bring Pakistan back on the map of interest of Polish business community, so they can focus more on Pakistan. Poland used to be quite active in this country in the 60s and 70s. Then, due to various geopolitical upheavals, this presence has not been continued, so we want to revive it.
No, you are kicking off this activities, economic ties.
Right.
Now, coming to my second part of my questions, we ask His Excellencies Maciej. Sir, please enlighten us regarding the educational opportunities for Pakistani students, because Pakistan, the Pakistan number one, the commodity is a strength, a resource, asset. You can say that's a human resource. Pakistan is in Europe, the population is diminishing in a negative growth. In Pakistan is the talent, the skilled people. So what opportunities regarding education, regarding educational diplomacy, Pakistani students to go to Poland, universities for higher education to get the benefit either in the construction, either in the climate change, either a medical education is one of the finest in the whole Europe. What do you say, sir?
Right. Okay, you're right. The overall trend, demographic trend in Europe is kind of decreasing size of the population. Well, there are some paradoxes though, and Poland is one of those paradoxes, because due to the conflict in Ukraine, due to the Russian aggression against Ukraine and some political crisis in neighboring countries, actually, more than 1 million people came to Poland as
displaced and they
as
migrated,
refugees, as the
1 million. Almost the same 1 million is in Germany as well.
More than 1 million
in Germany.
In Poland, there are also political, refugees. So yes, the number of Polish people kind of goes down, but the overall number of population in Poland.
Okay, there's a disequilibrium. Yes.
Right. So what I'm saying is that we have also migration ties within Europe itself. But of course, this is due to very unfortunate, unnecessary, and brutal war. Now, coming back to the education.
Yes.
The Polish universities and technical universities, medical schools have responded to the decreasing number of students from Poland itself by increasing the number of courses given in English. And the Polish schools of higher education can provide a very good education on the university level in areas such as medicine, engineering studies, business studies, and others that or even psychology. We spoke about psychology. So this barrier of language that used to exist before is not there any longer. So what we need to work on is basically we need to identify, let's say, kind of target groups of Pakistani students, well prepared, academically determined and well motivated to study particularly in Poland. We have been struggling with this a little bit because yes, there is increased number of Pakistani students.
Okay.
But to be very honest with you, the kind of the determination, the quality of preparedness has not always been there, basically. So that's been one of the problems.
That's the reason I asked this question, because my elder brother, my friend Dr. Mazhar Monga, his elder doctor, the daughter, just graduated from the Polish university. She was a dentist, dentistry, and now went to the USA. That is the reason he was talking me Polish universities, especially medical education, is very next level.
The competitive advantage of those schools is that they can offer European level quality for much less money.
Yes, that is the reason. Because UK is very expensive. And US is too expensive. No, the one question is very important. Then we find the last questions. What is the impact? This is a very sensitive question. What is the impact of on economically, socially, as earlier you mentioned, the Ukrainian war, and where do you see the trajectory of this the conflict resolution end of the tunnel?
Well, this multifaceted impact that you have mentioned cannot be really overstated. I think that we still are grappling with the this enormous scope and scale of changes and disruption that war has brought to us. Of course, Ukraine suffers the most, and if you think about, for instance, the scope of damage of civilian infrastructure in Ukraine itself, it was more than $150 billion by the end of the previous year, 2023.
Okay.
To 150 billion dollars. And then of course more than 30,000 civilian casualties within this 10,000 dead. And this is, of course, Ukraine, which takes the brunt. This ferocious impact of the war. In case of Poland, we don't talk about damages of infrastructure.
Yes.
We don't talk about massive civilian casualties, although a couple of Polish citizens were killed by a kind of rock missile, which entered in Polish airspace and hit one village. So it can be also this type of threat, but of course, huge disruptions in economy.
Yes.
Because due to the war, we lost our East European markets, and if you think about things like agriculture products and machinery, home appliances.
Direct impact.
That was huge.
Direct impact.
Of course, there is a huge price when it comes to inflation caused by the increased prices
business doing is cost of doing business
and opportunities.
Yes.
But also, and the most fundamental change is this basically revolutionary change of thinking about security.
Yes.
That security has become number one priority across Europe. It cannot be taken for granted.
Because the war is at your doorsteps. Just just like Karachi to Lahore, there's just Ukraine to Poland.
Oh no! I mean, it's from Warsaw to Kiev is, I think, 600 kilometers.
Very just 5 hour drive. 5 hours drive.
True.
Sir, second last question is regarding the biology and the history, because you're the student of history, not the professor of history. Just enlighten us. What is the role of history and biology in shaping the human beings?
Oh my goodness, I am not a biology expert, but
no. What is, you love biology, you love history. That's the paradigm. I ask, what the impact on the humans?
Well, I mean,
to predict the future.
I mean, there is, people believe that history somehow can allow us to avoid the mistakes of the past by learning, by learning from the history. But time and again, history
repeat itself.
Proves that this is not the case.
Yes.
This is not the case. What history is very good at is an explanation of why things are as they are, and how we have arrived. Where we have, where we are now. So history can help us to unpack the present moment by understanding the causes and the processes which led to it. Prediction is much more difficult because I believe, and I think this is maybe a very trivial statement, that human beings are driven by many things that are directly that directly result from us being a biological creatures, a member of this world, and a product of adaptation and
evolution.
and evolution. So I mean, for instance, take aggression for instance, it's been embedded in human DNA, and it, one can argue that it has played a very important role in the survival of the species, but you cannot eradicate this, this feature from our composition. Again, I am not from our DNA. I am not but I think that, many historical and present developments can be better explained by DNA,
that is
by biological processes.
And
of course, environment has a
very critical role.
It has a very critical role, and this is where history comes to play. Of course, but. This is a very complex, very fascinating topic, a little bit outside of my expertise as ambassador, but I think something that should be pursued, and I truly believe this interdisciplinary approach.
That's very critical, because biology and history, if you can understand, then you can predict the future. History, only lesson we learn when we study history as a student of history, history repeats itself because we did not learn from history. Because our mistakes.
Because we can't.
Because our biology. That's the answer. And that is the reason there's a buzzword, artificial intelligence. Wherever I go, artificial intelligence. But I am being a student of human psychology. I used to say, no, artificial intelligence. What is the solution of the natural human stupidity? That is more difficult to manage rather than the artificial intelligence.
I think we still need to wrap our minds around it. I mean,
yes.
This is a new phenomenon. It is going to be a big disruption, and potentially also can make our life easier and more complex at the same time. We have learned this the lesson with internet, for instance, and same story. So, yeah.
Sir, last part of my questions, you have one-liner and rapid fire. Sir, what is leadership? Being a diplomat, what is leadership to you?
Well, achieving goals with a team. Work. With a teamwork.
Quality work. It means excellence in work.
Basically, running people around a set of the same goals, because I don't believe in one person kind of charismatic style of leadership. Yes, sometimes it is.
Yes.
Sometimes it is necessary, and then especially when we talk about some technological breakthroughs, and we have a lot of examples of charismatic leaders. Visionary business people, but I think that on a daily basis, what really is even more important is an ability to garnish the capacity existed within the team.
Excellent, sir. Difficult decisions, because diplomats always make decisions, or leaders make the decisions.
Yes.
Difficult decision in Maciej Pisarski life. To join the job and being a diplomat, or you wanted something else?
Well, no. Well, difficult decisions. Probably they are, the most difficult are the daily decisions, to be honest, and to handle particular issues and stuff like that. I think that when it comes to these big decisions, I mean, I am okay with them.
Okay. Sir, being a diplomat, you have a lot of activities. Stress is a fact of life.
Yes.
So how you manage and cope with those stress, being a diplomat?
Coping with stress. I mean, stress is very important. First,
it's a fact of life.
It's a fact of life. This is a set of abilities that we have developed and for a purpose. But this persistent stress is a problem, because that really drains.
That goes into depression.
May lead to the depression. Again, I'm not a psychologist or psychologist.
What was your coping?
But I think
jogging, swimming.
Well, this is all about finding balance. of balance, between different activities. So you need to have this, you need to have time. Of course, our thing here is to work, but then you need to have time to relax, to recuperate, to regain, the intellectual and physical strength. So sport is, and activities, physical activities are a must.
Jogging, exercise, gym is workout is very important.
I think so. I have started going to the gym, and I think that especially as we progress in age, yes. To get the muscles working, it's very important. I have started playing golf here in Pakistan. This is another physical activity. And those mountains, beautiful. They provide a lots of opportunities for.
Do you get angry because stress converts into anger if it is not resolved? So because your face does not give me the vibes, you get angry. But anger is also an emotion.
It is. It is there.
How do you manage?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you need to ask my wife.
Okay, is very angry person. Sir, book you love to read.
Oh well.
Recommend one book. I will publish in my next issue.
My goodness, there are so many. There are,
yes. 1, 2, 3, top of the mind.
1, 2, 3. Okay, I have finished a book about history of Middle East during and after First World War, by an American author. The title is "Peace to End All Peace." Very telling. Very telling title. I think that this is an old book from the late 80s, but very, very good, very comprehensive. The name of the author is Ruskin Fromkin, I think. Now I have started reading a one-volume book about the history of South Asia by Pakistani author Ayesha Jalal. Yes, it's a modern. I think the title is Modern South Asia. She wrote that book with her.
She's a very renowned writer.
Yes, I have read several of his book, and then from the other area. It was actually last year. I read this beautiful book called the Dopamine Nation by an American psychiatrist and a scientist. I think her name is Anna Lembke.
The dopamine.
The Dopamine Nation.
Okay.
It's so this is this kind of biological angle.
And the fourth I recommend to you, sir.
Okay.
The 3 you told me, the number 1 book to read throughout the life. You cannot finish the book. The name of the book is Wife.
Okay.
That is a continuous book. You cannot complete.
Okay.
And especially the written book is a by an American author. Men are from Mars. Women are from Mars. Men are from Venus.
I heard this. This is from
Yes, another very insightful book, deep book regarding the human nature. It's very difficult.
This is only fortunate that we both met here on the planet Earth.
Sir Lal, being a diplomat, who is your model? Because diplomats and leaders are the role models for the other people. But everybody follow a model. Your inspiration, your role model, you follow.
I don't want to talk about big names in history
your teacher,
on
your mentor.
But I've met several good diplomats in my life.
You learned a lot from them,
both Polish and foreign. I had an opportunity to work with them, and I learned a lot from them. You see, diplomacy is a job, is a professional path, yes, which cannot be learned at school.
Best destination till now, because you're being a diplomat, a lot of countries you visited, you stayed, you saw, and one about best thing about Pakistan. Which destination? Your destination?
Destination in Pakistan?
No. First, generally over the globe, which destination you love to stay?
Well, of course, I love my country, and I feel the best in Poland, because this is. I mean, you cannot compare, experience in your country with your culture, with your language, with your history, literature, arts, and everything. Well, I traveled maybe not extensively, but I know pretty well the United States where I worked. I traveled across Europe. There are beautiful places in Europe, and there are still more to discover. In Pakistan is, of course, it's probably the most generously endowed country when it comes to nature.
And hospitality?
Hospitality is great, but nature is just amazing. And the northern...
Because when people come from outside, they have a lot of predispositions, pre-ideas, prejudices, Pakistani toxicity, media issues. Pakistan is not a best country. But they come, when they leave, they have eyes, they cry, Pakistan is the best country. A lot of people I met.
Yes,
they change their thinking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, your mountains are just incredible.
Your Gilgit, Skardu, Hunza.
Just incredible. But places like Lahore is just amazing. But these are demanding places. You need to spend a lot of time.
Yes.
Because yes, a very good job has been done in. Kind of organizing the tourist infrastructure, the fort, the mosque, Badshahi Mosque, and the world cities. But but this is just the beginning. I mean, I'm sure that if the whole city has been restored and renovated, that would be a jewel of a global, scale.
One line: happiness and success to your mind.
Peace.
Peace
of mind.
Not pieces of mind.
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Yes, and enjoying life.
Enjoying, fulfilling the life. Message of optimism for the Pakistani people. What is Pakistani people nowadays feeling a little bit hopelessness? How we can bring them hope and optimism to people of Pakistan?
You can always start again. You can always start again.
There is still room.
No, I mean, you don't have to be besieged by the past.
Yes.
Yes, it's not easy. To overcome all the problems and everything, but as long as we are alive, we can always start again.
Thank you very much, sir. I really honored to have you. Before we conclude the session, 3 things I learned from Maciej Pisarski, His Excellency, the Ambassador of Poland. The first thing is regarding the business opportunities. Lot of big room for Pakistan, especially there's a disbalance between the trade and between Poland and Pakistan. There's still a big hope for a lot of businesses. The second thing we learned about education, because the best educational institution regarding the challenges because of the conflict in Ukraine, still Poland. The third is agriculture and the food. That was really, apples are the best in Poland. Whenever I will go to Poland, I will just enjoy, because apple a day keep the doctor away. That is the maxims.
And our apples is your mangoes.
Your mangoes. and if your wife is a doctor, that both. Okay, the last thing we learned about happiness and success, that is a peace of mind. And not least, that is the interplay of biology, environment, and especially your history. That predicts the more accurately the future rather than simple history where we do not learn. Really insightful conversation. Thank you very much.